Hey, Melissa.
Hi, Bonnie.
I'm digging the hair. I really am.
Eclipse hair don't care. That's
I
what this is. Eclipse hair don't care.
hear you have questions.
I keep thinking I've got this little hair. Have a hat. Have a hat if I need it.
Do you need a hat?
It's possible. That was my plan, and then I got a kick out of how it looked. And
I like it. Especially with the denim jacket. I like it. It's a vibe.
mhm. um, on this note,
Yeah.
why am I not sleeping? Why
Oh,
do I look like a feral
right.
cat?
Okay, that I can't I don't have an answer for that one. But I do have an answer for why am I not sleeping? Because we're between the two eclipses, darling.
Mm.
We are between the two eclipses. We are right now, Sun in Virgo, 24 degrees, Mercury, Virgo, 27 degrees. Is that on you? Is that right on you?
I mean, it's 25, 26. Pluto, or sorry, so basically Mercury's on my less than a degree from Pluto, and the sun is less than a degree from my Mercury.
This is, by the way, something I recommend everyone do. Learn the numbers of degrees at which you have important planets and placements. And if you're new, what's the degree of your sun? What's the degree of your moon? What's the degree of your rising? You don't have to go any farther than that, but just so that you know when things are going to be activating those sensitive parts in your chart. And so that way, when we go to, oh, well, today the sun's at 24 degrees, and you're like, I have my whatever at 24 degrees, you're able to
Yeah.
know the sun is doing the sun's what, which is shine bright, put a light
Mhm.
on, create vitality, give energy to whatever it is in your chart that is also around that space. Um,
Which would explain why I seriously got up yesterday and was like, I can't stop writing.
yeah.
When I say I can't stop writing, I mean I've done all the content, all the Substack stuff, all the this is, all the that's to the end of October. Just
You,
like Hamilton.
will
Why
you,
did
will
she
you
write
do,
like she's
will you
running
do
out?
mine? Will you do mine? Because I'm behind.
Okay. Yeah. It's
um,
basically a sandwich. I'm in a Sun Mercury sandwich, and the interior, the meat is Mercury and Pluto.
okay, there you go.
All right. Well,
There you
there
go.
you
But also,
go. And
we
also,
we are between two eclipses, and the time between the two eclipses is some of the most sensitive time of the
mhm,
year, and this happens twice a year.
mhm,
We've got two eclipse seasons, and each is a new moon and a full moon, or a full moon and a new moon, depending on where we are in the cycle and which one happens first. But the time between those two, which is going to be, it's the whole period is 2 solid weeks. We're in
mhm,
this extra sensitive time where the moon is traveling between either opposing the sun or joining the sun, and it's going to be doing the whichever one it didn't do first after. And that
mhm.
time that the moon is doing that is some of the most sensitive time that we're experiencing. And so I've heard a lot of people are either sleeping all the time, can't get their ass out of bed, or cannot sleep at all and can't do enough to like make it even feel like, let me get drowsy, let me take something, let me work
Yes,
until I get sleepy. It's just none of the usual stuff is working. Is that you?
that is what's happening in our house. And yeah, my husband and I, and then I texted my sister, who, I mean, we're usually on the same psychic cycle. And so I was like, hey, nobody's sleeping over here. And she's like, hell, nobody's sleeping over here either. Like none at all. Why don't we just hang out all night long?
Yeah. But if you know that that is how your system reacts to eclipses in general, then you plan for this season because we know it's coming, and we know it's coming twice a year.
Hmm.
And so part of the reason I don't schedule much peopling during eclipse season is because it's going to be unexpected. Results are not going to be what it used to be. If I do this, this other thing happens, and now it's if I do this, this like shoots way over here, and you're like, how did that happen? Why I my aim was over here, how did it end up over there? And it's like, because eclipses. So with
Yeah.
that, I know how I behave during eclipses, but I can't control for all you other motherfuckers. So I don't schedule peopling because it's a little batty.
Well, without going into detail, you saw me a little batty the other night.
I voice memoed you. Ah!
And I was like, I'm having a bad
And
night.
you were you, was the bathroom floor, kitchen
The
floor,
bathroom floor.
bathroom
I
floor.
just didn't want to disrupt anyone else. And I was like, I'm hideous. Don't look at me. I'm crying. So I crawled upstairs again like a feral cat. I don't even have cats. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to cry. Just going to cry. And I was lying on the floor going, and then I almost did where if I really want to cry, I'll kind of like curl up in a ball and really like let it go. And then I heard ding. And I'm like,
It's
oh, it's
me
Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
on the bathroom floor. I can't stop crying.
And just like that, I was out of it. So yeah, Batty. It has definitely been more energetic. I'm sure too. Well, let me ask, since this is about questions.
Ask.
I know the answer to one of these. I know that certain placement, like certain eclipses impact different people differently, obviously,
yeah.
because of not only about who we are just in our wiring in relationship to the moon, but where the actual eclipses are occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot my second question because I am probably sleep deprived. You go right ahead.
Love it. I love it. Well, here's what we're going to look at. I would say that paying attention to the axis the eclipses are happening on is always first thing to do, because we get 18 and a half months of eclipses happening in the same two signs. And then we won't have those same two signs again until 9.25 years later. And when those happen, it will be with the reverse, because the nodes take 18 and a half years to go all the way around. But because they are opposite one another, we get at 9.25 years, the halfway point. Okay. So we've got this 18 and a half year situation, 18 and a half months of it in this exact configuration. And by exact, I mean signs, not degrees, because the degrees are constantly changing. But I have found that the eclipses also always ding me where my nodes are in my chart, because they are a nodal experience. And so I have North Node in Pisces. You have North Node in Pisces. The North Node is currently in Pisces.
Indeed.
Coming up on our nodal return, which we get every 18 and a half years. We will both have ours next year, because we have 18 and a half months of North Node in Pisces, and it's eventually making its way to the smaller degrees because the nodes move backwards. So we're at 1820 right now and moving to lower numbers. I consistently created damage on my feet and my toes, my ankles, top of my foot, roll an ankle, drop something on the top of my foot, break a toe walking through the apartment at night and just slamming it into something furniture wise that I know is there. And it will consistently be eclipse midweek, the week between the two eclipses. I will get some kind of foot something.
And no matter which signs?
That's what I started noticing.
Oh my God.
While we're talking, the ascendant just changed. So if you're looking at my screen going, what just happened? The ascendant.
That's cool that you're seeing it in real time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny, because I was like, oh, now we're in different houses. But yes, I noticed for me, and this is what Chart Harmony recommends for everyone, notice for you what the moon phases do, what eclipses do, what certain Mars return, what does a Mars retrograde, since it only happens every 2 years, what does that do in your life? Because some of us will find that the things that are in our natal chart get activated just because there are activities going on out there with that same planet, or in this case, math, placement, calculation. I noticed that eclipses were a time for me to consistently get more cozy with my North Node, because the journey is from South Node to North Node. And so South Node being the stuff that's easy for me, it's second nature. So for me, Virgo, for you, Virgo, that South Node Virgo says, be critical, notice every flaw, make sure that you are coming up with all the ways you could fix every little thing that you're seeing wrong and see everything that is wrong, because Virgo is the sign of the healer, and you heal more if you can see more that's wrong. And so wanting to be the best healer possible, see all the things that are wrong. So I have a really strong overdeveloped muscle for that perfectionism, because South Node. North Node, less easy for me. Float, allow. Pisces is timeless. There is no such thing as a deadline. There is no such thing as an appointment time. There is, because we're doing things in multiple dimensions simultaneously, Pisces. So different timelines, different dimensions. Why would we only focus on this human time? It's so little by comparison to all the time. And one of the reasons Pisces is the sign that rules the feet is because Pisces doesn't often remember that Pisces is in a body at all. Ask your fellow Pisces out there in the world. They may not feel that connected to being in a body. And having feet is a really great way to remind yourself, get grounded, put focus, put your energy and your focus on how your feet hit the ground. And so I found it hilarious that every eclipse season I was breaking another fucking toe. And so then you text me this morning with what? Or you put in our Discord, our Chart Harmony Discord, what?
I broke my pinky toe yesterday.
Broke your pinky toe yesterday.
And there's not a thing to do except buddy tape. And I don't even like that they call it that.
Yeah.
It's dumb. But buddy tape.
But were you distracted from the fact that you are in a body?
100%. And I have really been intentional, because I do fly about, and I am just people know me to be very clumsy, just in general. Never mind any season, just every season, you know? So I have really paid attention over the past however many. I don't want to get hurt, but I just want to be intentional. I want to be intentional.
For sure. Because you don't help yourself by going, oh, I don't want to get hurt. That energy does not help.
No.
Right.
I want to be well. I want to be mobile, all of that.
Yes.
And apparently my feet are just, I don't even know what to call them. They have historically been ineffective in getting me from here to there, because they are often under me, to the sides, wherever. So anyway, I was worried because I had on heels, which I also have no business wearing. I took the heels off because I didn't want to trip, and then I broke my effing toe.
No.
Setting up for my son's birthday party. We were scrambling. I was moving around, moving chairs, and I just went, God dang it. And then I got chills, and I was like, oh no, it's broken. I can't slow down. Let's just keep going. So that happened, but it's okay. It's not my big toe.
It's eclipse season. It's like, if you know patterns, and that's why I recommend track your patterns. If there is a thing that consistently happens during a season, during a lunation, during, like, every single time, there's a theory, one of my favorite astrological theories to ask people about is the 3 zodiac signs after the one your sun is in typically are the unwellest seasons in a body, because the theory is, not my theory, but I'm playing with it, because we have not existed during those sun seasons in any form, whereas all other 9 sun seasons we've been in a body, our mother's body, but in a body. So we've not been in our own body yet, but the body we are going to occupy, soul, spirit, whatever the timing is getting used to bodyhood while being formed. And then the sun signs after ours. So for me, Leo season, Virgo season, Libra season. Am I my most unwell during those seasons? For you, it would be Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. And then adjust. If you were born premature, you have even more months that cellularly you may not have experienced.
Even a few weeks?
Well, it depends on when the sun sign changes. You know, if you're right, like calculate, if you can calculate when you were conceived, if you can figure that part out, and technically we know it's 10 months, not 9 months, where what for sure are seasons you did not experience in utero. And I've tested it also with rising sign, which is, that one's a real like screw with your brain kind of thing, because you're like, but I cellularly, wait, but there's this energetic window of what's almost considered like a 12th house time in your being. Okay. That may be too weird for sleep deprived eclipse conversation.
No, it's the best when you're a
Right?
little sleep deprived. No, it's I can tell you that and this might be a different thing, but being Cancer rising,
Mhm.
the most difficult moon shift that I have, I think I've told you this before, is from Cancer to Leo.
Yeah.
And that might be normal for a lot of people because it's so very different as far as the two luminaries, but I can tell
Right.
when that happens, very much so. And then from Pisces to Aries.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one for a lot of folks. Okay, we're going to talk about the thema mundi.
That was so mind blowing when you told me that. I need to hear that about 10 more times.
Don't you love that? Okay,
Yes.
hang on. Let's see. Do I have the ability to get to it from here? No. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I can't get to my vid from here, but what we're going to do is take a look at, hang on.
Do you want to do a whole one on that?
I think, you know what? I think, yeah.
Put a pin in it?
Yes,
Put a bird on it?
I'm gonna get my things together, and then we're gonna do a thema mundi conversation, because
Okay.
it is pretty badass. Okay, but so to finish off this little one,
Yes.
important to track patterns, to notice where, if like I get sick every whatever month that is, the month that is also a sun sign. What is that sun sign? And is that what's consistent rather than the month? And then how do you feel when the moon every month is in that sign? And could you use the moon hitting that sign every month as an opportunity to do chart harmony to connect you with the sun sign that tends to be when you get unwell or don't rest or break a toe or whatever it is that you've noticed in tracking your patterns?
I don't even know what to say. That is so mind blowing. I have been injured so many times right after my birthday,
Yes.
sick on my birthday, after my birthday. And I think I just attributed it to, people going back to school, whatever. I mean, for a long time.
Which is
But
part of it too.
seriously,
But yeah.
really seriously,
So
she was.
when I started tracking patterns, I was like, it seems like every fucking 2 years I am in the emergency room or at urgent care or in emergency surgery. That one's only happened a couple of times, but it has happened. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go, did you just hear yourself say every 2 years? Hi, Mars, because Mars operates in
Yeah.
2 year cycles.
Mhm.
That's when I went, so all I need to do is start getting Mars in better shape, and I may be able to have that every 2 year experience expressed differently in my life. Worth a shot. Let's
And you
play
did.
with it. And then I did. Yes. And I don't even feel like I have to knock wood about it, because it is, Mars and I are good. I get what Mars is trying to be
Yeah.
for me and through me.
Mhm.
And I now don't have to be so violently, and that is the right word, pushed into a Mars experience.
Because it will push
It will attack,
and cut.
as Mars will. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. We're what? Ask
Mm.
that, and then we're gonna go do theme of the mundi, because
Okay, quick follow-up question.
yes.
In these eclipse cycles, do you find that people have a little more agitation during like the solar eclipse and more like exhaustion during the lunar eclipse, or does it just depend?
Okay. Here's what I notice. And so you can see where I was trying to search for my thing. Okay. All right. During the eclipse that we had already as we were
Mhm.
having this conversation. So the September 7th eclipse
Mhm.
was South Node Virgo, Sun Virgo, Moon Pisces,
Mhm.
and North Node Pisces.
Mhm.
This to me splits the energy that is happening during an eclipse.
Mhm.
And because it splits the energy, I don't find this experience to be all
Okay.
that draining,
Okay.
because this type of eclipse, which is a full
It's the seesaw. The balance is
that's right.
there.
That's
Okay.
right. Okay. So this full moon, which is a lunar eclipse, this
Mhm.
full moon version of an eclipse, which is a lunar eclipse, is one that spreads the energy across the axis. So only if it's hitting me in a tender place in my chart by degree
Got
do I
it.
really feel some kind of negative experience around it or
Okay.
draining experience. Now, the one we are having in a few days as we tape this next week. So the solar eclipse is happening with Sun in Virgo, Moon in Virgo, South Node in Virgo. All that energy is now not spread
Okay.
across the wheel, it's all up here together. And because it's all up there together, to me, that is a more draining experience because we have both of our luminaries, the sun and the moon, next to the drain that
Right.
is the South Node.
Okay.
And if those two were over here by the North Node, if we were doing this like Pisces new moon, we might not feel drained there, but we might feel overwhelmed by how much energy it is because the North Node turns it up.
Okay. And
So,
it's also at a critical degree, these two.
yeah, these two.
You might have already said that, but
No, I didn't say it today. I said it in another episode.
okay.
But yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not nothing. That's not nothing. For sure,
Okay.
to me, the second of these eclipses that we're having in September of 2025 is the bigger deal eclipse. And if you're not sure, well, how will that feel? Go back to the new moon in Virgo we had at the very, very beginning of Virgo season, the very, very end of Leo season, when we had a new moon that everybody said that was like an eclipse. I'm like,
Okay.
just wait, there's one that's going to show you what it is as an eclipse.
Just be kind to yourself, be kind to ourselves,
Always.
be loving Virgo, you know?
Because remember, Virgo is critical of all the flaws because Virgo has the power to heal
Mhm.
everything and therefore needs to itemize everything that is a flaw. In lived experience, that can feel like, wow, you are so critical. And why are you noticing every little thing that is wrong? And Virgo's not trying to be a dick. Virgo is
Yeah.
trying to have a complete list of everything that needs to be healed while I've got you here in the hospital.
And maybe making sure that we all have food for winter since people are you know what I mean?
For real.
You know, fine, I'll do it. Who's gonna? Okay.
Virgo is the sign of I guess I have to do it myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think my cousin who's a Virgo, I think, said her tombstone will read, I should have just done it myself.
That's
Something
messed
like
up.
something like that. Yeah. Or yeah, I'm sure y'all got this wrong. I don't know what there was something that her tombstone was basically going to be a Virgo. I had to do it. Y'all can't get it right. I'll just do it myself. Something like that. Anyway.
So steel-toed boots is what I hear you saying for a minute. I can do that.
Or you've already done your foot thing and now it's just, what was it trying to teach you? Slow down, be present, remember you're in a body. It's not just take off the heels, it's take off the heels because you want to walk more purposefully.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even ask, would you break your toe on?
A table?
Like, yeah, something that,
How about I was moving so fast, I don't know if it's the table or the chair.
so
I
something.
just know it really hurt. I was like, oh, it's broken. I didn't pay attention. I looked down about 2 hours later. I'm like, oh, it's bleeding.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, it's okay. It really is okay.
I know, but I just, it's
It's
so
an
bad.
irritant.
It's so bad. Okay. So everybody remember, rest, hydrate, bubble wrap. That's what we do during eclipses. This is a perfect example. Bubble wrap your feet, bubble wrap your furniture,
Right.
bubble wrap your life, whatever that means.
Padded room.
All right. Padded room.
Okay.
All right. Next episode.
All
Prima
right. Love
Mundi.
you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.